Hello, Tague here. We are talking about converting grams of ammonia into grams of nitrogen. Whenever we want to convert from one unit to another, we need to do unit conversion. It's also called dimensional analysis or railroad tracks. There's a bunch of names. Basically, converting from one unit to another. And grams of ammonia and grams of nitrogen are different units. So we need to figure out how to convert between them. Unfortunately, you cannot just go directly in between. That would be nice. What you need to do is you start off with grams of ammonia, and we do know how to convert that over into moles of ammonia. And then with the right chemical reaction, a balanced reaction, we know how to convert that over to moles of N2, and then we can convert that at the end into grams of N2. So let's go ahead and start with that. For the first part of this unit conversion, we need to figure out the ratio between grams of NH3 and moles of NH3 to convert it. And it turns out that is 14 grams per mole for this nitrogen, plus 1 gram per mole times 3 for each of these 3 hydrogens, and that gives us 17 grams of NH3 per 1 mole of NH3. Sorry, it's a little sloppy. And so we can put that up here, and we're going to put the grams of NH3 down here because we are trying to convert the next part of the next step in this process is moles of NH3. Moles NH3. And we know what that ratio is, 17 to 1. And now we're trying to convert from moles of NH3 into moles of N2. And the reason we know we're going in the direction of moles over N2 is because if we were to just stop this right now, these units would cancel, these units would cancel, and we'd be left with moles of N2. And that's not what we're trying to end up with, but that's the direction that we're trying to go in down here, as we see down here. So if we look at the balanced chemical equation for this, you can see that we have 2 moles of ammonia for every 1 mole, this is kind of a silent 1 mole of NH2. 2 moles of ammonia for every 1 H2. It's kind of a ratio symbol right there. So 2, 1, and then we need to figure out what the ratio between moles of N2 and grams of N2. And whenever we see grams and moles in a ratio, that's going to be referring to the molar mass or the atomic mass. Just like you saw over here, grams, moles, we figured out the atomic mass. So for N2, that's just 2 nitrogen molecules. So 2 times 14 grams per mole, which gives you 28 grams per 1 mole. So for every 1 mole of N2, you have 28 grams of N2. And now, I'm not going to do the calculations, but you would just go through and multiply everything that's on top, and to go ahead and multiply everything that's on bottom, and then divide the top by the bottom. That is how you do it